Well, good evening and welcome to Tollcross International Swim Centre. We are here for day one of finals for the Glasgow International Swim Meet 2023. I'm Paul Noble. I'll be taking you through the action tonight for this first session of finals, and I'm joined in the commentary position by Ivor Campbell. Welcome, Ivor.
Hello, Paul. How are you?
I'm good. It's been a while since we've been together in the comms box.
It's been the before time, since before COVID.
Well, good to have you back beside us.
It's good to be back.
Well, it's going to be a good night of action for you to make your comeback here. We start with the fastest heat of the men's 1500 freestyle, and there is the programme for tonight. Hopefully you're joining us wherever you're joining us in the world. Welcome, and welcome to everyone on the BBC platforms as well. Well, we're going to be straight into the action, Ivor. You'll see the swimmers there. They go through. Fraser Tetlow from Geary in 0. Kai Connolly in 1 from City of Glasgow. Dennis O'Brien from Swim Ireland in 2. Jack Munsey in 3 from Stirling University. Michael Flynn, City of Glasgow in lane 4. Cameron Travis from University of Aberdeen Performance. He goes in lane 5. Luke Hornsey from East Lothian in 6. William Shepherd from Perth City will go in 7. We have James Bodie from Geary in lane 8, and Gregor Skinner from First, who goes in lane number 9. That's the lineup. It's the fastest heat of the 1500 freestyle, so there's been no heats this morning as we had for all of the other events. So we haven't seen these swimmers swim the 1500 already today.
No, we haven't, and we're just silencing now for the start.
So nice way to get us into this evening session. 1500 freestyle, the longest event that we'll see in the pool.
Safely underway there. As with any swimming event, the faster seeds are in the centre. So our man to watch in lane 4, that's Michael Flynn, City of Glasgow. He's come in here on a 15:46 and change, which, if he comes anywhere near that tonight, and the others swim to form, should leave him handily ahead, but we shall see. This is reality, that's just a guess. Michael's been top of the tree for a while now. Some good swims this year already. Standout national, he was the National Open Championships, he was second place. But he's not the early leader.
Yeah, Jack Munsey there having a good start. Yeah. As you're looking at the picture on live stream, it's the pool goes from lane 0 to 9, so 0 at the top of your picture and lane 9 right at the bottom. And the middle lanes, the yellow lanes, are 4 and 5, so 4 is further up than lane number 5, so that's what to look out for in the pool. And it's lane 3 that is leading them at the minute, and that's Jack Munsey from Stirling University, formerly from Perth, of course, who got a great record in 1500 freestyle. Stephen Milne, for example, Olympic medalist, was from Perth.
Jack there doing the first 100 sub 1 minute. There's plenty of swimmers out there who will be delighted to do any 100 metres anywhere sub 1 minute, let alone at the start of a 1500. So we'll see if he starts as he means to go on. Still holding on to a half body length lead there.
Dennis O'Brien as well, going well in lane number 2, so that's the Irish swimmer. I think representation from Ireland here at these international meet. Dennis O'Brien, one of those, trying Jack to get Munsey. The Irish ones in there.
Jack just turning half a second ahead there. Slowing down from that initial, possibly slightly frenetic pace. The centre there in lane 4, Michael Flynn, beginning to show that he's going to boss this, or he's going to try to. Half a stroke ahead, perhaps. So 25 to go, sign, and Jack's still turning 2/10 ahead of Michael. Dennis O'Brien towards the top of your screen in lane 2, in 3rd place.
keep an eye on the splits here as these swimmers go through. Jack Munsey looking good in the early stages here. And Michael Flynn, the home swimmer, City of Glasgow. City of Glasgow do a lot of their training right here in this pool, Tollcross International Swim Centre. A number of big events here, of course, over the years. European Championships are held here in 2018. Commonwealth Games, of course, in 2014. So great venue. City of Glasgow use it very well. And that blue cap, the familiar blue cap, City of Glasgow. Second at the minute to the Stirling University swimmer Jack Munsey. And Stirling again have got a big squad of people here at these championships. Some massive names you're going to see tonight. The likes of Duncan Scott, of course, and Kathleen Dawson, both Olympic Games gold medalists, and they both swim at Stirling University. So Jack Munsey looking good in the early stages, but it is very early, isn't it, Ivor?
It is. He's back onto about 8/10 ahead of Mike. So Michael pushed him, and Jack certainly has something there in response. And this time round, it was half a body length 50 metres ago, or 100 metres ago. It's a body length and a half now. So Jack Munsey with getting on for a second and a half there ahead of Michael. Those two are beginning to leave the field behind. Let's not forget that next to Michael, Cameron Travis is playing on in third at the moment, 3 seconds in it for him. Fourth looks like it's Dennis O'Brien still there in lane 2 towards the top of your screen. The arrowhead forming there that would rather indicate that the seed times are close, if not exact. Jack there, what's he pulled out now? That's over 2 seconds.
Yeah, he's kind of upsetting the form book here, Jack Munsey. He's spoilt your pattern there at the head of the field.
He has. I mean, Jack's, well, he's having a good night so far. Turning another 5 metres to go, about to turn, and that's out to 3 body lengths now by my reckoning. And Michael Flynn is being challenged by Cameron Travis now. Cameron's caught up to him within 4/10. So Cameron isn't letting them go. And in fact, Cameron has now edged himself into second place. Michael there doesn't have it to follow yet. And Luke Hornsby, now in lane 6, starting to show his cards. So turning, Jack holding on for first. It's now Cameron Travis in second, Michael Flynn third, Luke Hornsby firmly in 4th place now. 5-6 seconds covering those top 4. Jack Munsey's now opening a proper gap.
Yeah, well, they're coming down to the 600 mark, so still a long way to go here. Jack Munsey was kind of pacing around about 65s there. Let's see what he's gone there. 6:23.88, so still on 65 seconds there. So it's going to be him maybe about low 16 minutes possibly if he continues to that pace.
He's 4 years out of it. My arithmetic is not quite as good as an instant as it used to be, but yep, I wouldn't disagree with you there. Slightly more than 1/3 distance. Cameron Travis very firmly in second place, and I think he's about to give he's going to be the guy who's going to give Jack Munsey a hard time here, Paul.
And Jack Munsey just looking up there as he goes over the turn. He'll see the boards there. 17 lengths to go, still a long way to go here as they come down to the 700 range. They'll be at the halfway mark the next time they come up to that top end. And Cameron Travis is the one who has certainly looks like the most likely to chase the early leader, and that is Jack Munsey. So just keep an eye on the gap between them as they come down to the 700 range. Jack Munsey will have the lead. Let's see if he can continue that 105 pace. It's going to be 7:29.12, yeah, 105.2. Yep. So that's not too bad at all for Jack Munsey. The gap
3.5 seconds thereabouts.
3.5.
Yeah.
Let's keep an eye on that one as they come up to the halfway point at the top end here.
So Jack's keeping his eyes open. He knows what's going on in the pool around him. You can see that threat on his left-hand side. And I think Jack breeze predominantly to his right. And so does Cameron. So Cameron has the advantage. They can see what's going on the way up, and on the way down, the advantage goes to Jack. So at the halfway point, Jack's coming in at just over 16-minute pace, I guess, which in his world would be pretty much a PB. 16:03 is his best so far.
Yeah, he's maybe just slightly off that, but not by much. If he can just, we don't know what his tactics are for this 1500, because they go into the halfway point. We often see swimmers try and go out and keep it steady, or possibly, you know, try and work the second half of the race, or maybe the last third of the race. It's difficult to tell sometimes in a 1500, but Jack Munsey certainly swum the first.
He's not shaking Cameron there, and Luke Hornsey, the swimmer from East Lothian, he's making sure that he's staying in the reckoning, certainly for a podium place. I don't see Michael Flynn coming back from this. But 13 to go, stranger things have happened.
Yeah, these three significantly faster than the heat that we saw this afternoon. In this afternoon session, fastest time in that heat was over 17 minutes. So these three look like they're going to be the top three in this event as it stands, because they're well inside that 17-minute pace of the previous heats that we saw this afternoon. But the question is, who is going to finish on top here? Jack Munsey has led pretty much from the start, and the gap is 3.5 seconds there.
Yeah, 3.5. So he's maintaining his distance. He's not doing anything he doesn't have to do. He went out in the way that he meant to go on. That was a hard first 100 metres, and he's more or less kept that advantage ever since. Certainly Michael Flynn's heart has been broken by that. Well down the pool now. So it's those three. Jack Munsey is about to turn, and does. Cameron Travis now in second place, 4 seconds off. Another 2.5 seconds behind is Luke in lane 6. That's been the order now for the last 250 metres or so. Now Luke Hornsey will be looking to see if he can do anything about that second place. He can see the feet and no doubt hear the feet of Cameron Travis. So he knows he's still in with a shout at the silver position, as it were.
Now that's 1,000 gone over as we go over to the 2/3 stage.
Yeah.
And well, what have we got? It's gone to 4.5 seconds. So instead of Cameron Travis chasing Jack Munsey beginning to pull away here, and it looks like Luke Hornsey is the man who's doing the chasing now, really closing up on that second position.
Cameron there having to work now to hold on to that second place. He was 2 seconds. He's now taken out a bit, 2:30, somewhere around that territory. So he's responded to the threat. But in the meantime, while he's looking to his right and seeing Luke Hornsey, Jack Munsey is heading further up the pool. 3.5 seconds advantage at the last turn. Turns 11:50.45. Cameron Travis 11:55, so that's getting on for 5 seconds now. 4 3/4 seconds, so that gap is steady and opening by the odd 10th. And you can see now Luke Hornsey is making a move. Half a body length now between him. Cameron Travis is keeping his nose out there. Every stroke he's slicing away at that lead.
Yeah,
7 to go.
Yeah. Big move here from Luke Hornsey. Looks like he might just pull alongside Cameron Travis. Cameron Travis trying to respond there. He had a good turn there, just took him away from Luke Hornsey just slightly, but is he just delaying the inevitable here, because Luke Hornsey coming back, Jack Munsey still with that lead now, looking like he's extending it, but it might be the gap between Jack Munsey and Luke Hornsey we're going to be looking for very shortly.
It's the turn, see, gliding on happily on his own in lane 3 there, beginning to lap the back markers. And I think we'll see Cameron turn first. We'll see Luke turn first this time in second place. And he's reversed that deficit of 4/10 to 4/10 in his favour. And again, it looks to me, Paul, that Cameron is the stronger at those turns.
Yeah, it's kind of keeping me in contention there, but Luke Hornsey's got the advantage when it comes to the swim, and in the meantime Jack Munsey is extending his lead over those two, so he looks very much the favourite to go and take this title. 14 minutes point 5-1, so he's been pretty much on 65 second pace for all the 100s right the way back to the very start. So it's been a good swim here, well-paced swim from Jack Munsey, and I don't think anyone is going to touch him. Second position though, it will be Luke Hornsey. I'm sure
made his move, yeah.
That Cameron Travis is going to find it tough to respond now, but there's still 150 to go as they hit this top end.
Now, any threat there, you think, to Jack Munsey from a storming Luke Hornsey now? I think we'll be troubling the record books, but this is a strong final 200 metres or so.
Yeah, they're going to come down, they're going to take the bell. And they go to the top.
Gutsy swim by
last 100.
Gutsy swim by Cameron Travis there. He's working to come back. The sound of the bell there first for Jack Munsey. 15:05. And the bell there for Luke Hornsby. 6 seconds later, and 3 seconds and 3/10 for Cameron after that. So they're well into the last 100 now. There's a burst coming out there from Luke.
He's certainly got away from Cameron Travis in this last couple of 100. He is pulling up on Jack Munsey, but surely he's going to have left it too late here. Jack Munsey away on that final turn there. Away and clear, he has the lead, still 4 seconds of the advantage of Luke Hornsey. And Luke Hornsey certainly has picked up very well in this last 200. He's not going to catch Jack Munsey though. Jack Munsey coming in to the finish now. He has led this from the very start. He has swum 65 second pace all the way through, and he will touch the wall just under the 16:10 mark, 16:08.04. Excellent swim there for Jack Munsey. He will take the first title of this Glasgow International Swim Meet 2023, just outside his entry time of 16:03. Second place it will be Luke Hornsey. What a good last 200 he had. He just tracked behind Cameron Travis, and Travis finishes in third place. So Hornsey 16:12.72, Cameron Travis 16:19, but a great swim. Jack Munsey controlled that one from the front, didn't he?
He did indeed. That's a personal best there for Luke Hornsey by 11 seconds or so. I'm sure he'll be pleased with that. Not quite the win, but he's podium place in this competition, and with this opposition not to be sneezed at all. That's a strong swim there by Jack Munsey, and Michael Flynn, the early favourite as it were, has pulled himself into fourth place, so just outside the medals.
Yeah, 16:48 for Flynn. The last few swimmers in the outside lanes in here, they had the slower entry times. We're talking probably in the 17-minute mark for all of these swimmers, I think. And
Gregor was in at 17, the slower was in at 17:34.78. And he's just finished. No, he hasn't, sorry, I beg your pardon, that was James Bodie finishing there in 7th. Gregor is going to come in right there with a 17:50. So a little over his PB as well, but some people there will be pretty pleased with those swims.
Yeah, definitely, especially the man at the front, I would think. Jack Munsey takes the title ahead of Luke Hornsey. A great time for Luke Hornsey in second place, the man from East Lothian. And Cameron Travis claims third place. So those three swimmers well ahead of the field there. And nice swim at the front there from Jack Munsey. So that's got us into the mood, Ivor. It's eased us in gently.
Yeah, that warmed us up beautifully. I always enjoy the 1500. I think, with the uptick in swimming again.
And there's the lineup for the first of the 200 metres individual medley for the women. And it is the junior final we start off with. All the finals to come. Junior final, followed by a B final, followed by an A final. And there's the lineup for this one.
Dominated there by Warrender. Top of your screen, as we look at it, lane 0, that's Louise Connell from City of Glasgow. Lane 1, that's Kate Nolan from Warrender. Also from Warrender, Rosie Foster in lane 2. Lane 3, Phoebe Arbuckle, Warrender. May Rogers from Warrender in 4 in the centre there. Lane 5, that's Zoe Crawford from First. Zara Smith in lane 6 for Warrender. Scarlett Robinson from Copeland in lane 7, and nearest to us in lane 8, that is Lucy Nimmo from City of Glasgow.
Those red caps of Warrender, as you say, dominating this one. 5 Warrender swimmers in this junior final. The youngest in the field, Kate Nolan, goes in lane number 1, so 1 lane down from the top. 14 years of age. A couple of 15-year-olds, and the rest are 16-year-olds in this one. We'll see what the youngster can do. Entry time's pretty close, actually. 2:33 for Maya Rogers in lane number 4, down to 2:36 for Louise Connell and Lucy Nimmo. Actually, they're just separated by 100th of a second. So, yeah, all to play for. I like an IM. Things can swap about in an individual medley. But, we saw that in the heats this morning, and we don't expect anything different in the final. But in the centre lane, Maya Rogers and Zoe Crawford now in lane number 5. Zoe Crawford from the first team, the Falkirk Integrated Regional Swim Team. So, again, one of the local swimmers here to Glasgow.
Yeah, the travelling support is vocal. And of course, with individual medley, as you say, everybody has their strengths and weaknesses. So in a 200 metre, it's amazing how often the lead can be swapped. People can come from nowhere, and likewise people can drop from the front to the back in a fairly brief period of time. But in lane 2, that's Rosie Foster, Warrender. No, it was May Rogers in lane 4. Just got the touch there. 4/10 down from her, Zoe Crawford in lane 5, and Phoebe Arbuckle.
I don't think the time didn't register there for Rosie Foster. I think you were right. She was in the lead there after the backstroke, but she isn't anymore. It looks like the running has been taken up by Maya Rogers there. Lane 5, Zoe Crawford going well, but look at this breaststroke from Maya Rogers. That is a real weapon in an individual medley, isn't it?
She is pulling through there. She is 2 body lengths ahead before she's even got to the end of the discipline. We're coming up for the sprint to the end, but she's not having it all her own way. Over there in lane 2, lane 6, Zara Smith touching second, so it's a sprint for the end. See what they have left in the tank.
Yeah, Zara Smith going well and coming through there, but has she expended all that energy in the breaststroke? Can she pull back for her teammate Maya Rogers here in the centre? It looks like it is going to go to Warrender, I think, there. Also going well right at the top is Louise Connell and Rosie Forster, but it is going to be Maya Rogers, I think, into the wall. She's just about going to hold on.
She's
held
on to that.
Very close at the finish, but Maya Rogers takes it. 2:31. Improvement on the entry times, or the qualification times. Well done for Maya Rogers.
There's Zahara Smith there coming in with a 2:32. Taking the best part of a second and a half off her entry time as well. Rosie Foster rounding the top 3 out there. So it's a Warrender shutout on the podium for the junior 200 metre IM.
Yeah, so well done, Maya Rogers. That was an excellent swim at the front of the field here. Got the B final coming out now, already on poolside. Natasha Simpson in lane 0, another Warrender swimmer will be there. Isabel Wood from Stirling in lane 1. Sophie Main Edinburgh University into Amy McLeod and Drew Mackenzie side by side in 3 and 4. They're both City of Glasgow, the home team. Ophelia Nodeker from Denmark in 5. Neve Connery from Swim Ireland in lane 6. Coco Croxford from Stirling in 7. And 2 swimmers from City of Glasgow. Completing the lineup, Ellie Kennedy and Alice Cumming. Alice Cumming saw a few swims, a couple this morning and one this afternoon as well, where she absolutely blitzed her entry time. So swimmer very much on the move. Alice Cumming, the one closest to us in the outside lane, and it's good enough for her to make this B final. One of 4 15-year-olds in this one. All the 15-year-olds closest to us, starting from the green cap of Neve Connery in lane 6, right down to Alice Cumming in lane number 9.
4 caps there from the City of Glasgow hitting the water. Everybody cleanly away. Already halfway through the first discipline. And it's close to us, the bottom of your screen there. It's a strong showing from Lucy Nimmo. Sorry, Alice Cumming, I beg your pardon, from City of Glasgow. However, in the centre, as we might have expected, Drew Mackenzie touches first and into the backstroke. And she's given herself a good body length against most of the field where that turn has Drew. Strong backstroke swimmer. At the top of your screen, Isabel Wood in lane 1 from Stirling is still in the frame as they come up to the halfway point. Transitioning into breaststroke. Touch turn. Drew Mackenzie out in front, followed by Coco Croxford from Stirling, and Isabel Wood, also Stirling, up at the top there in 3rd. Coco Croxford in lane 7, also in the white Stirling cap.
Yeah, looks good at the moment for Drew Mackenzie. She has a big lead here. The breaststrokers trying to come back on this portion of the IM. Ophelia Nodeker maybe just about making a move here. Really big move from the Danish swimmer in 2nd position now. Ophelia Nodeker, the 18-year-old from Denmark, pulling up right alongside the early leader Drew Mackenzie. So, and she's going to take the lead, the Dane, in lane number 5. Oh, just about a second advantage there. Didn't look that much from the naked eye, but Nodeker has the lead. Can Drew Mackenzie respond on this one? It's a great B final, we're seeing a couple of lanes up as well. Sophie Main is just holding off the rest of the challenge for 3rd position, but it's a real head-to-head here as they come into the last 15. It's the Danish swimmer, Nodeker. It's the City of Glasgow swimmer, Drew Mackenzie. Into the wall, absolutely together. Who's going to get the touch here?
Going to get it,
oh, 15 100s from Nodeker. She will get it just ahead of Drew Mackenzie. And Sophie Main in 3rd place. What a good contest there. 2 good times at the front of the field as well.
And again, the slight disadvantage there for Drew. She was breathing away from Ophelia, so couldn't see her on that final 50 metres. Perhaps that makes all the difference. Maybe it makes that 10th that counts.
Just on the touch there, 15 100ths of a second, and 2 excellent times there at the front of the field. And we now move on to the main event, the A final. This one is going to be interesting. Swimmers going to be paraded on for the A finals. They will come on lane 0 and lane 9 first of all. And there are the swimmers behind the scenes. That's the holding area. Big, huge area behind the starting lane. That's been kind of home to stands when they've had the big events there. They've had the temporary stands up, so that's why it's such a big area at the back there. Susie McNair just going through at 9. And down to lane 0, Rebecca Reid from Aberdeen. Mari Craig coming out now in lane number 8, building their way up towards the fastest qualifiers. Caroline Kjellstrup from Denmark, 17-year-old, will go in lane number 1. Lane 7 coming out is Anna Ron, so 2 Danish swimmers separated by 4 or 5 lanes in the middle. Musa MacDonald from Edinburgh University, one of 3 Edinburgh University swimmers in this one. And there is Anna Morgan coming out now. And Katie Shanahan, one of the favourites for this one. Katie Shanahan, the Scottish record holder in this event. Abby Wood in lane number 4, and there's Grace Davidson. There's Abby Wood just coming out now. Grace Davidson, the Irish swimmer. She was in between the kind of almost the 2 pre-race favourites for this one, Katie Shanahan and Abby Wood. British Championships, the 2 of them were just separated by 6/100ths of a second. Katie Shanahan taking the title at those British Championships ahead of Abby Wood, but the Irish swimmer, well, she's been thrown into the mix there. Good time in the heats this morning, 2:17, but the time that Katie Shanahan and Abby Wood went in that British Championships was under the 2:10 mark, so they're going to be the class of the field. And Abby Wood looked comfortable this morning, set a new meet record for the Glasgow International at 2:13.12, so it's going to be, won't be a surprise to see that go tonight, I don't think, either.
No, previously held that record by Hannah Miley, so she took a good half second off that. And again, safely underway. Straight into the power event there, the fly, and early to show in lane 4. That's Abby Wood, who does her swimming now for Loughborough, oldest in the pool, 24-year-old. Would be looking to stamp her authority on this and keep it there, I would think. So turns comfortably in front, best part of a second there in front of Katie Shanahan. This is her home pool. She'll be wanting to do, although she does her swimming now for Stirling University. Glasgow is a home pool and a home club. And then 3rd place, we have Anna Morgan in lane 6 now. Things have changed around fairly dramatically. Out in front, we have got Abby Wood trying to fend off Katie Shanahan in the backstroke, and we're turning halfway point now, transitioning into breaststroke. Those 2 turning within 4/10 of each other, thereabouts. They can see each other, they know each other reasonably well. They've swum against each other on a few occasions. They know their strengths, they know their weaknesses. And I can tell you the strength here is Abby Wood and her breaststroke.
Yeah, Katie Shanahan, strong breaststroker as well, but Abby Wood just holding on to the advantage that she had there. As I said, 6/100 separate them at the British Championships. Looks like Abby Wood has just got the jump on Katie Shanahan.
Just over the second there now. Katie's got work to do in this home. The last 35-40 metres or so. Katie's coming back, she can see her. She can see Abby Wood in the centre there. She's not going to let her go. Abby Wood, likewise, is not going to roll over and go away anytime soon. Tough final 10 metres to go there. They're under the flags, and it looks like Abby Wood has taken that by half a body length from Katie Shanahan. Katie in there with a 2:11.83 with 2:17 qualifier. Abby Wood winning it with a 2:11.22 off 2:13 qualifier.
So that's another meet record there for Abby Wood, 2:11.22 for her. 2:13 was the time that she set in the heats. And as expected, it was the battle between the 2 of them, Abby Wood and Katie Shanahan. Meet record, the first meet record of the evening. Great swim there from Abby Wood, the 4th place finisher in the Olympic Games in Tokyo. And this time she finishes in front of Katie Shanahan. They will be obviously on their way to World Championships to take place in a couple of months' time in Japan at the end of July. And we move on now to the men's 200 IM. It's the junior final of the men's 200 metres individual medley. And there's the lineup for this one. Max Pelosi and Kai Connolly, City of Glasgow, in 0 and 1. Logan van der Molen in 2 from Stirling. James Burnett from Warrender in 3. Another Warrender representation in the junior final. James Body from Geary in 4. Rogers Cringellis from City of Glasgow in 5. Conor Mitchell Warrender in 6. Thomas Traynor, East Kilbride in 7. Ewan Weir from Dundee City Aquatic in lane number 8. And closest to us, Lewis Gibson from South Ayrshire. He goes in lane number 9. Well, who's going to take this one? James Body is given himself a tough shift, I think, because he's just swum the 1500 freestyle and now he's back in for a 200 metres individual medley, and he is due to go in lane number 4. He is there,
top seed.
Geary, of course, was the club of Hannah Miley, who was an international champion in the individual medley, Commonwealth Games champion, the 400 IM, but a great 200 individual medley swimmer, Hannah Miley. So Geary have got a great track record at producing some excellent young swimmers here, and good to see another 200 metres individual medley coming from Geary here.
They breed them tough in Geary, don't they? So let's see how we're getting on the first discipline through. Royce Cringellis touches first there in lane 5. Royce from City of Glasgow pushed himself hard in the fly, but immediately there's a body length opened up with that looks like James Body there in lane lane 3. That's James Burnett dominating the backstroke element. James there from Warrender, the red cap. Easy to spot. Now, can he retain that into the breaststroke? As we said before, everybody has their favourites, and leads can change hands multiple times in an IM. So, can James Burnett hang on to that lead? So far, it looks like he's got himself a body length, and 5 swimmers behind him. In fact, almost nothing to choose, although perhaps Geary swimmer James Body's beginning to come back. Still got something in the legs and arms after that 1500 metre display. Turning first into the sprint from home, that's James Burnett. Leading out Royce Cringellis in lane 5, and he's got best part of 1.5 seconds lead, and he hold the bit between his teeth firmly enough to get himself home first. It's certainly looking that way. There's a good body length between him and Logan van der Molen from Stirling, I think might just get second. So James there in first. Royce Cringellis gets himself in contention for second, and it's Logan van der Molen, Stirling swimmer, makes himself into third. It was quite a dominating performance there by James, yeah?
Well, he led them out pretty much, just held off the advances of the swimmers coming back at him on the breaststroke, and just held on to that victory at the front there. So good swim there from James Burnett from Warrender to take that one. There's the lineup for the B final. Let's see if we can have another exciting contest here for this B final. Arthur Logan, Edinburgh University in 0. Big representation from Stirling Uni in this one. Greg Fairbairn, the first of them in lane 1. Matthew Hann from Swim Ireland in 2. 3 Stirling University swimmers in the middle. Pierce Greening, Harper Whitehead, Josh Press, Tom Robinson from University of Aberdeen Performance in 6. Julius Gustafsson from Tabby Sim, one of the Swedish teams here. Usain Cook from Edinburgh University, better known as a breaststroker, so watch out for him in lane number 8. And Peter Allen completes the line-up for Stirling University in lane number 9. In fact, I can't see anyone in lane number 9, so we only have 9 swimmers in this one, so we're missing the swimmer in that outside lane, Peter Allen.
Usain Cook is the closest to the camera, therefore in lane 8. once again. Surfacing into the fly. All out here. A dozen strokes, and they will be touching. And strong, immediate pull out in lane 8 there from Shane Cook, Edinburgh University, nearest the camera. I think he's going to touch first. But he doesn't, he touches second. It's Josh Press in lane 5 on the Stirling University contingent, 20 years old. Came in here in a 2:10.80 into the backstroke, and Josh still has it. Top of your screen there, Arthur Logan from Edinburgh University, still in contention. And next to Josh Press, Harper Whitehead, I should say, from Stirling University, one of the older guys in the pool at 22, coming on term. So at the turn, Harper Whitehead turns in second after Josh Press. Third place, Pierce Greening. Under a second between those three.
We'll see if anyone can make a move on the breaststroke to catch up the leading contenders here in the centre lanes. It's looking a pretty good contest between 4 and 5 here, Harper Whitehead and Josh Press. Again, they're having a ding-dong battle here. Lane number 3 also going well, Pierce Greening in contention. It looks like those three may be ahead here in this B final as they come to this final turn. They have a good look at each other going across there on that turn. Only separated by 0.4 of a second, and Pierce Greening only 0.8 of a second further behind here. And also Tom Robinson also in contention there in lane number 6, but I think Pierce Greening might be the man who's going to take this one in lane number 3. Pierce Greening and from Stirling University is going to get in ahead of his two teammates here as they come into the last 5. Pierce Greening into the wall now, and he will take it in 2:08.02. Big improvement from his heat time of 2:11, wasn't it?
It was indeed. He had the bit between his teeth in that last 50 there, didn't he?
Yeah, came up alongside the breaststrokers there as they went down the breaststroke. Was in third place at that final turn, but Pierce Greening was the man who took them home in front, ahead of Harper Whitehead and Tom Robinson. Well, that was the B final. This is the A final. Some huge names in this one. As the swimmers come out, lane 9 first. Lane 0 working their way into the middle.
The green there of Owen Corby. Lane 9, Swim Ireland.
Making his way across here.
Here he comes.
Not sure we're going to see Owen Corby. There he is. He's taking his time, making his way over to lane number 9.
It's all psychology, you know. Charlie Hutchison there from Loughborough. Another strong showing here from Stirling University. They've got 3 of George Smith is the first of those in lane 6. Joe Litchfield in 4. And you'll already see those of you, you see Duncan Scott in the centre there in lane 5. Evan Jones in 3 for Stirling University. Lane 2, we got Jack Casson from Swim Ireland. Lane 1, it's Christian Thorhauge from Denmark. And on the far side, lane 0, that will be Angus Allison from Stirling University.
So they've changed the order, just as Phil said. They went 9 down to 0 there. Thought they were going to fan in from the middle, but they've gone 9 down to 0. So Angus Allison was the last one we've seen, but
we don't want to make it too easy.
I think either we're going to be looking at Duncan Scott here, of course, one of the world's very best in this 200 individual medley, Commonwealth champion, Olympic Games silver medalist. And Duncan Scott do his pulls in lane number 5. Joe Litchfield next to him. And Duncan Scott, pretty much a local lad to Glasgow here, just outside Glasgow where he did a lot of his swimming, based in Stirling now, of course, which isn't too far down the road. But Duncan Scott, one of the world's very best, goes in lane number 5. Joe Litchfield is GB teammate goes in lane number 4. Litchfield was faster than Duncan Scott in qualification. George Smith had a good swim as well in lane 6, as did Evan Jones as well in lane number 3. So 3 Stirling University swimmers that's surrounding the Loughborough swimmer Joe Litchfield with that red cap in the centre lane. And we could see the meet record go here, Ivor. 2:02.22 this one, and Duncan Scott's British record is well inside that one at 1:55. And look at the start for Duncan Scott, incredibly fast on that 50 metres butterfly.
As you would expect, professional athlete. But he's being held to terms there by Joe Litchfield, the Loughborough swimmer. He's not letting him out of his sight. And coming in strongly there, Evan Jones, also from Stirling University, as those 3 dominate the backstroke section. Already body length and a half away from the rest of the field. First to turn will be Duncan Scott. Joe Litchfield behind him, second gap there, and another half second down to Evan Jones in lane 3. So Duncan Scott, powerful breaststroker. He's already got himself 5 metres on Joe Litchfield in lane 4. The centre 2 lanes there in the yellow. Let's
see what Duncan Scott can do here in terms of time. It looks like he means business here. It's looking good, eh?
There's no sandbagging here. This is the real thing. Final 50 metres.
Litchfield in second, Evan Jones in third. He's got a strong freestyle as well, so he'll be trying to close up on Joe Litchfield. But Duncan Scott looks like he is away and clear now. The question is, I think, can he break that meet record? I think he might do. 2:02.22 for Duncan Scott is the target. Is he going to get his name on the meet record list for this 200 IM? He's going to be under 2 minutes. And he is. 1:59.08 for Duncan Scott. 6-time Olympic medalist will take the title here in the Glasgow International. 1:59.08 for Duncan Scott, dominating that one from the front. In second place it was Joe Litchfield, and in third place was Evan Jones, who finished with a close contest for George Smith there, who came from a long way back, George Smith, on the second half of that one. But meet record for Duncan Scott, as we thought that he might.
We thought he might, and he broke the 2 metres quite handily there.
So well done, Duncan Scott. Lived up to that favourites billing.
Yep.
You'll go World Championships in 2 months' time. It's difficult to tell sometimes where the swimmers are. 2 months out from the World Championships.
Yeah, sometimes they might not want to show their hands either, keep something in the tank. But that looked to me like that was getting into the 90% performance territory. He wasn't taking many prisoners there, was he, Paul?
Great stuff from Duncan Scott. Sure, he's got other swims over this weekend, so watch out for Duncan Scott. This is only day 1. We've got another 2 days of action to go here in the Glasgow International. So 100 butterfly is on the way now, and this is heat 1 of the 3 heats. In fact, finals, I should say, but not heats. It does say heat 1 on the caption. I'll just read everything that's put in front of me, but it is the junior final, as we all know, of course.
Some of us rely on pieces of paper, which are hopefully accurate. We've got the junior final here for the 100-metre fly for the women.
Yeah, and we have a 13-year-old in this one, which is Kalila Smith of Aberdeen Dolphins. Kira Pemble in 0. Gina Wren in 1. Ashley Drake in 2. Abigail Crawford in 3. Louise Connell back in the water again. She goes in 4. Georgia Dickey in 5. Lauren Anderson in 6. Kalila Smith in 7. Cara White in 8. And Macy Carty goes in lane number 9. This is a junior final, with Kalila Smith, the 13-year-old, in lane number 7. So that's 3 lanes up from the bottom there, and going well in the opening stages of this one as they come to the turn.
And Macy Carty in lane 9 there from Fauldhouse, closest to us in lane 9. Working hard to make sure that she's in the swim, but the last 10 metres have seen her fade already. So first turn, half distance, I should say. Coming back down through lane 5, that's Georgia Dickey, the Dumfries swimmer, 16-year-old. Next to her with the big G for Glasgow on her cap. In lane 4, that's Louise Connell. And closer to us, that's Lauren Anderson from West Lothian. It's between those three, and it looks like the advantage goes to Louise Connell there. Touching in 1:07.25. Best part of a second inside of a qualifying time. Second, Georgia Dickey. Second off there. And third, looks like that's Lauren Anderson, the West Lothian swimmer, in lane 3. And there we are, that's confirmed.
Yeah, there we go, Louise Connell taking that one. Another swim, we just saw her in the 200 IM just a short while ago. And she's back again in this 100 butterfly, taking that junior final. And here are the swimmers for the B final. There's Isabel Wood from Stirling Swim, Faith Yuda from Edinburgh University in lane 1, Madison Cool from Bucky in 2, Hayley Robertson, South Ayrshire in 3, Sophie Hirsch from Denmark in lane number 4, Catherine Renfrew, Perth City in 5, Ailsa McDonald, Edinburgh University in 6, Faye Rogers, the para swimmer from University of Aberdeen Performance, she goes in 7, Abigail Stemp from Edinburgh University in 8, and Katie Rose in lane number 9 from Warrender. Faye Rogers, great swim this morning, inside the British and European record time for her para swimming classification. She is based in Aberdeen. She's from Darlington in north of England, and she's going to make her debut for the GB team at a major championships this summer, the Para World Championships in Manchester, very last day of July and into the first week of August. So we'll keep an eye on Faye Rogers. The time she went this morning was 1:05.94. So if she's inside that, it could be a new British and European record for Faye Rogers.
So she started as she means to go on. Decent start for all the contenders there. And again, the nearer lane early to show in lane 8 there. Abigail Stemp from Edinburgh University turns first at the halfway mark. Second place, that is Ailsa McDonald. Faye is 6th. However, there's a second between first and 8th. So all to play for as they come in the last 25 metres. Sophie Hirsch, the Danish swimmer, the white cap in lane 4 there, seems to be leading them out. She'll come back from 3rd place. In the top there in lane 1, Faith Yuda, the Edinburgh University swimmer, but she's fallen back, and it looks like it's going to go, it is gone to lane 5. That's Catherine Renfrew, the Perth City swimmer. Sophie has to be content with 2nd. And 3rd will go to Ailsa McDonald. Faye Rogers there, 1:05.63.
Yeah, so inside
that is the record, yeah. That's the record pace.
Well, obviously, the record's subject to ratification.
Of course.
But if that is ratified, that is a new British and European record for Faye Rogers, so well done to her. Swims in the S10 classification, swimmer with a minimal physical impairment. She just got her classification earlier this year, and she looks like she's going to be a real star for the GB team.
Certainly be looking out for her.
Yeah, great swim there from Faye Rogers. World Championships in the UK, of course, in Manchester. So nice way to make their debut. Of course, Paralympics and the Olympics just round the corner as well. Paris is just about a year away, hard to believe.
Time flies, does it not? Mind you, we lost the year to the COVID, so I guess for once it's 3 years between Olympics. So we're into the A final. Matilda Sandberg coming out there for Tabby Swim from Sweden. 8 is Christine Nielsen Norby from Denmark. Lane 7, that's Kiana McInnes from Stirling Uni. One of 2. The other swimmer is Lucy Grieve in lane 6. Martine Damborg from Denmark is 5. That's Kira Schlossen you're looking at there from Edinburgh University. Next to that, Laura Stevens in lane 3 from Loughborough. That's Yasmin Perry from University of Aberdeen Performance Squad in lane 2. In lane 1, that's Alana Burns-Atkin, Swim Island, green cap there. And rounding everything up for Denmark is Louise Nisted in lane 0, furthest away from you. So there's some interesting times here. There's 4 qualified in under the minute. That's the centre lanes: Laura Stevens, Cara Schlossen, Martine Danborg and Lucy Grieve.
Yeah.
And they qualified within 0.2 of each other. So I would expect to see some close racing here.
Yeah, they were pretty much all split up in the heats this morning, so they didn't swim against each other. I saw a couple of them did, but they were Yasmin Perry and Kiana McInnes went in the same heat, but the others were in different heats. So interesting to see. British Championship, so Kiana McInnes in first position, just ahead of Laura Stevens. Of course, Commonwealth Games medalist Laura Stevens in the 200 butterfly, so if she's in contention towards the end of this one, she might be able to take the title in this one. Laura Stevens will go in one of the centre lanes, lane number 3. Chiara Schlossen had a very good heat swim, the Edinburgh University swimmer, in lane number 4. As did Martin Danborg, Lucy Grieve, Kiana McInnes in lane number 7. Don't count her out at all. She is the meet record holder, and that is a 59.10, and she won British title in 57.97. She'll be going to the World Championships as well. Into that turn though, and it looks like Danborg has it ahead of Grieve and Schlossen and McInnes. Stevens back in 6th position at the minute, but we know she's strong and it's very, very tight here. It looks like lane number 5, Danborg from Denmark, looks like she has the edge here. Schlossen doing really well in lane number 4, now trying to come back here. Kiana McInnes in lane 7, Lucy Grieve in fact in lane 6, coming strongly, but it is going to be, I think Danborg will take this one, getting ahead of the GB swimmers here, and Danborg will take it in 59.21, very close to the meet record. Schlossen in 2nd, and Stevens, well, I said watch out for her in the second half of that one. She came through strongly, and Stevens will take the 3rd spot there. Well, Lucy Grieve in 4th, with Perry in 5th and McInnes in 6th position, but Danborg, well, silencing the home crowd there.
Indeed, yes. I mean, 4 swimmers under the minute mark, but Danborg showed us what she was made of there. Came in just outside from her qualifying time, but stamped some authority on that race.
Yeah, she was 4th last year, so she's up that.
She's improved.
Yeah, she'll be quite pleased with that performance. So the Danish fishters take that one. Who is going to take this one? The junior final of the men's 100 metres butterfly. And there is the lineup: Finlay Nelson from Dumfries in 0, Benji Jeffries from South Ayrshire in 1, Sidar Gulen from Warrender in 2, Sean Donnellan from Ireland in lane 3, Georgios Baniotis from Stars of Greece goes in 4, Scott Fleming from East Kilbride in 5, Conor Fitzgerald, another Irish swimmer, goes in 6, Callum Sinclair goes in 7 from West Lothian, it's East Lothian in 8, Zach Slater, and James Bodie from Geary in lane number 9.
All the Lothians there.
Yeah, Lothians well represented, 7 and 8. Sinclair and Slater. It's the Greek swimmer fastest into this one, 58.95 for the 17-year-old. It's kind of almost, not quite 50-50, 16 and 17-year-olds, but 4 17-year-olds and 6 16-year-olds in this one.
Yeah. Georgios was 2nd at the Greek Championships earlier this year. A strong swimming nation, so again, one to watch out for. First 40 metres quickly dispatched, and again the advantage seems to lie in the first half with this side of the camera, or this end of the side of the pool. Turning first, that was Conor Fitzgerald. Conor is a Swim Ireland. Again, easily seen the green cap. However, back in the centre there, Georgios Benitos has started to push himself, turned in 2nd place. He's been strongly challenged there by Sean Donnellan from Swim Ireland. It's between those 3, but coming in hard on the inside, that's Scott Fleming from East Kilbride. Oh. Well,
Wow.
2/10 between the three of them, but Georgios Baniotis makes the lead there and goes home with the honours. Sean Donnellan second for Ireland, Scott Fleming in third place there for East Kilbride.
Well, I did think that Sean Donnellan was finishing really strongly, the 16-year-old from Ireland in lane number 3. Didn't quite get into the finish. It was a great turn from Georgios Baniotis, took him into the lead there, as it was the other Irish swimmer, Conor Fitzgerald, who led them, but the Greek holds on to take that junior final, and we have the B final now for the men's 100 metres butterfly. Aidan Kay goes for City of Glasgow in 0. Ross Leslie for Edinburgh University in 1. Rory McKinnon, City of Glasgow in 2. Salvador Gordo from Stirling University in lane number 3. Andrew Bertoli, who featured in a swim-off for a place in the A final. He goes in lane number 4. Peter Allen, Stirling University in 5. Igor Suvalov from Edinburgh University in 6. Again, next to his teammate Luke Shaw, who goes in 7. Theodore Lovegreen from Denmark, the 18-year-old, in lane 8. And Benjamin Chu-Yin from Edinburgh University. So 4 from Edinburgh Uni.
3 from Stirling,
yeah,
2 from City of Glasgow. Yeah.
So, can the Danish swimmer upset the Scots here?
I think he'll be doing his very best.
So, third swim of the day for Andrew Bertoli in this 100 butterfly. Losing out on that swim off, as I said, but he will be in that centre lane now, the Stirling University swimmer.
And early showings from the wings, trying to get a decent start to keep themselves in contention for the second half. And City of Glasgow swimmer Rory McKinnon in lane 2, doing exactly that at the moment. He has touched first. Second is Igor Suvalov, the Edinburgh University swimmer, and Andrew Bertoli lying in third at the moment. So it's City of Glasgow making the running, possibly slightly contrary to the form book, and we come into the last 15 metres. Rory's holding on, but he's not holding on firmly enough, because that looks like lane 4, Andrew Bertoli, Stirling University, is just going to take it. And he does, 55.91. Andrew Bertoli in second, and third place, Igor Suvalov of Edinburgh University.
Yeah, Stirling 1 and 2 there. For Bertoli, Peter Allen, Suvalov in third place, 55.91, an improvement on his heat time. I can't remember what he did in the swim-off earlier. It was a 3-way swim-off earlier, and 2 of the swimmers are making their way into this final, including this man in lane number 9, Callum Rose from Edinburgh University, also featured in that swim-off, and he was beaten by the man who will be last to see, which is Brodie Gordon-Gibson. So Falstrup in 8, Tom Bealey in 7, Ben Carr from Edinburgh University goes in 6, Evan Bailey, the Irish swimmer, in lane number 5, Asper Pulgard, the 18-year-old world junior medalist in this one, has broke a meet record in the heats this morning. And Brogan Hyde from Stirling Uni in 3. 15-year-old Dean Fern goes for Aberdeen Dolphins in lane 2. Jamie Robertson in lane number 1 for Stirling University. And there is Brodie Gordon-Gibson, the man who won the swim-off to earn him a place in the final. It must have been a withdrawal, because he was competing for 10th position in that swim-off, along with Callum Rose and Andrew Bertoli, and both Callum Rose and Brodie Gordon-Gibson making their way into the final. But the star of the heats this morning was Casper Pugard, a meet record of 53.30, incredibly fast time, and he looked absolutely dominant this morning.
Lane 4 there, yeah.
Yeah, he's at top of those yellow marked lanes. Well,
the white
Junior
cap.
Championships bronze medalist, European Junior Championships silver medalist in this event. Kasper Puggaard, Danish champion, and he looked absolutely supreme in the heats. I wonder what he's got for us in this final. He goes in lane number 4. Puggaard with great work underwater there, and the Irish swimmer Evan Bailey almost left on the blocks there. He's got a little bit of work to do if he's going to catch up Kasper Puggaard here. It's not quite the lead that Puggaard had in the heats this morning, but we'll see where he goes at the halfway point. Kasper Puggaard, is it going to be another meet record for us? 25.02 for him. Ben Carr in second position. Doesn't look like Evan Bailey is going to pose a threat at this stage, because Puggaard is away and clear over the rest of the field. Evan Bailey being headed by Ben Carr in lane number 6. But here comes Kasper Puggaard now. It's between him and the clock, I think. 53.30 was a meet record he set this morning. Is that going to go? Oh, it's yes. Just outside.
Oh, no.
Just outside. 7 100ths of a second there, but another dominant performance. Tom Bealey coming through strongly for second place. And in third place, it was Carr, I think.
It was indeed,
Carr.
Yep.
Wow. Evan Bailey just didn't seem to get off the blocks there, did he, at the start?
He didn't. I don't know whether it's off the blocks or the pull through underwater that got him, but he certainly surfaced at a disadvantage, didn't he?
Yeah, he was around about 0.3 of a second slower than he went in the heat, so that was unfortunate for the Irishman. But yeah, again, Kasper Puggaard, consistent stuff, wasn't it? 7 100s.
An indifferent start will mess with your head through the entire race. However, we're now moving on to backstroke disciplines, and we're coming into the 200-metre finals for the evening. So this is the first. This is the women's. These are the heats, aren't they?
Oh, junior final.
Oh, it's junior final.
Junior final. Again, we must stop reading these captions, I think, now.
Whatever it is.
Says the junior final for these ones again. That was a lineup. One 14-year-old in this one. That was Emily McDonald.
Yeah, down there in lane 8. Bottom of the screen there, Alice coming in lane 9 from City of Glasgow. Emily McDonald from Highland in lane 8. Lane 7 is Naomi Wilson from Warrender. Also from Warrender, May Rogers in 6. Lane 5 is Emma McGavin at Hamilton. Centre there, Zoe Crawford from first. Mia McLeod goes for Swim IT. In lane 3, lane 2, Melissa Menny from East Kilbride. Lane 1 is Phoebe Arbuckle from Warrender. And in lane 0, that's Safina Macon from City of Glasgow. Under orders.
Now, I was told by one of the coaches that it is Swim IT.
It is
although
Swim
I
IT.
have been saying Swim It probably for years. And I don't know if he was winding me up or not, but it's Swim IT from now on, I think.
I think it
for
is,
me,
yeah.
anyway.
Yeah. Swim IT.
Yeah, based
IT
in
is.
just down the road in Livingston, I believe. But, the Swim IT, Mia McLeod, goes in lane number 3, so that is just one lane down from the 2 yellow marked lanes. Lane number 4, Zoe Crawford, and lane number 5, Emma McGavin. But what a good start from Melissa Menny from East Kilbride in lane number 2. She has taken that one out, the 15-year-old. As we said, Emily McDougall, the 14-year-old youngest in this field. She goes down there, lane number 8, so 1 lane from the bottom. But 2 from the top. Melissa Menny off to a great start.
That is strong work for the first quarter of the race. And she's maintaining that. Up there in lane 2, East Kilbride swimmer, 15-year-old, come in here on a 2:31.51. And also, top of the screen, let's not forget City of Glasgow's Safrina Macon, who, the way I'm looking at, may well be in second place if she can hold on to the turn. Under the flags, though, that looks like second place is going to belong to...
Yeah, I think scoreboard kind of playing up the
I think we're going to have to revert to eyeballs here, aren't we?
I think so, but it does look like Melissa Menny's got the edge here, definitely. That's good that we don't have to rely on electronic timing to tell us who is in the lead just at the minute, but Lane number 5 coming back very strongly. Emma McGavin from Hamilton in one of those centre lanes. Looks like May Rogers from Warrender. 2 Warrender swimmers coming through strongly with those red caps there, bringing themselves back into contention. But Melissa Menny from East Kilbride has led this pretty much from the start, and 2:31 was the qualification time for the East Kilbride swimmer. Is she going to get inside that one? Also going well, Zoe Crawford now, in fact not Zoe Crawford, Emma McGavin it is from Hamilton.
It is, yep.
In lane number 5, but she's not going to catch Melissa Menny. This is going to be a win for Melissa Menny from East Kilbride.
For Emma McGavin, she's got to be content with being 1 3/10 down. In second place, third place goes to Naomi Wilson. Down here in lane 7 for one of the 2 Warrender swimmers. Sorry, one of the 3 Warrender swimmers.
Yeah, so East Kilbride take that one. Melissa Menny led from start to finish. Sensational time, actually. 2:27.
That's
49
shifting.
for her.
That is shifting.
So well done, Melissa Menny. And we are on to 200 metres backstroke B final now. And there we have Ella Stevenson in 0. Catherine Renfrew goes for Perth City in 1. Lauren Bradley Holt from Stirling University in 2. Ida Son from Denmark in lane 3. Amy Shields, City of Glasgow in 4. Ida Fredrickson, Denmark in 5. Susie McNair from Stirling in 6. Rebecca Reid 7 from Aberdeen. Rosie Forster goes for Warrender in lane 8, and Coco Cruxford for Stirling goes in lane number 9. Again, 2 Danes in this one. 2 youngsters as well, both 15 years of age.
Indeed there are, and this is Coco's second outing of the evening as well. We've seen her in action.
So Coco Cruxford closest to us. And Stirling swimmer, 2 from Stirling Club. Susie McNair and Coco Cruxford, 1 from Stirling University. Lauren Bradley Holt. So 2 Danes in lanes 3 and 5. They are behind City of Glasgow's Amy Shields, who goes in that fast lane in lane number 4. And Amy Shields off to a good start here, ahead of the 2 Danes, and a couple of lanes down as well, going very well in the opening stages. Rebecca Reid there from Aberdeen.
She had a cracking start. She judged surfacing absolutely perfectly, so she had the advantage of that streamlined position underwater for longer than the other girls, but very quickly getting back into first place contention. That's Amy Shields in lane 4. The City of Glasgow, 18-year-old. Ida Son, Danish swimmer, in lane 3, the 15-year-old, keeping her honest in second place. In third place, Ida Fredrickson, also the Dane. So that's Amy Shields flanked by the 2 Danish swimmers as they come back towards the halfway point. Amy Shields is holding off Ida Son in lane 3, and beginning to show now in lane 1. That's Catherine Renfrew. I think she's going to turn in third place for Perth City. But, turn has advantaged Lauren Bradley Holt, Stirling University swimmer, who now gets herself close to third place, but out in front it's still Amy Shields holding off Ida Son. Amy in the centre there in the yellow lane, Ida above her in second place, coming down now to the 150 metre mark, the final turn. Looks like a strong performance here by Amy Shields. Don't think she's going to be troubled now by the others. She's got herself a second and a half on Ida. Third place to turn is Lauren Bradley Holt. So she's holding on to third place and consolidating her position. Actually, she's consolidating to the point that she's coming on strongly for the win. Lauren Bradley Holt there in lane 2. Third from the top. She is going to challenge Amy Shields there in the centre. Fractions of a second in it. Amy is just held on there. 2/10. Strong final 50 metres there from Lauren Bradley Holt. Not quite enough, ran out of pool. Ida Son there, still in the mix and in 3rd place.
Oh, she took a couple of seconds out of Amy Shields there in that last 50, did Lauren Bradley Hope, but it wasn't quite enough.
It was a powerful swim.
Yeah, Amy Shields just timed that to perfection to take that win in the B final. And here come the A finalists. Well, there they are, behind the scenes, making their way on. Lane 9 will go first. Emma Crow, the first one to show here. Anna Green on the way out now from Warrender. Olivia Butler goes in 7 from Edinburgh University. Ella Shields making her way to lane number 6. Lane number 5, we will see Freya Colbert almost running onto the deck there. Freya Colbert almost missed her cue. Maria Godden in lane number 4. There's Katie Shanahan going through there in lane number 3. Holly McGill, Scottish Commonwealth Games swimmer, goes in lane number 2. And 2 from Denmark complete the lineup in those red track suits there. Folke Tind and Rikke Kanstrup. That is the lineup for this 200 metres backstroke. Well, Freya Colbert and Katie Shanahan, they were ones that had a couple of great tussles last year. 400 metres individual medley. This one, the 200 backstroke as well. Again, Katie Shanahan took the British title. Freya Colbert just in 2nd position. Katie Shanahan, Commonwealth Games bronze medalist in this one as well. Also European Championship medalist Katie Shanahan. Great record in this event.
Took the university title earlier this year as well.
Yeah, I think that was a new Bucks record as well for Katie Shanahan in those university championships at Sheffield.
And Katie, of course, the junior record holder for this.
Yes, meet record held by Honey Osrin, 2:13.00, but that was threatened this morning. Maria Godden and Freya Colbert, and also Kathleen Dawson was very close to that time. And Kathleen Dawson recovering from injury, of course, gold medalist at the Olympic Games in the relay for the GB team. Not taking the start for this final, but she looked good in the heats this morning. It's good to see her back after a long period of injury last year, Kathleen Dawson. But looks pretty close in the middle here. Katie Shanahan and Freya Colbert renewing that rivalry that is kind of set to run and run. I think either they're very similar ages, both 19 years of age. And this could be a rivalry that could run for years.
We can only hope. And at the moment, it looks like Katie Shanahan has the advantage in the pool, just from Freya Colbert, the Loughborough swimmer. But, this is home ground again for Katie. If it's any advantage in a swimming pool, she'll take it. First to turn is going to be Freya. Wow. Although the board has decided not to tell us, I'm still going to stick with Freya being first to turn there. Katie Shanahan, fractions of a hundredth behind her.
Oh yeah, it's the big 2 as we expected there. I think you were right, the time's just coming up there, 0.3 of a second for Freya Colbert, and she looks like she's controlling this one at the outset here as they come up to this final turn now. Coming back in the middle between the 2 kind of big names is Maria Godden. Maria Godden had a very good heat swim from Swim Ireland. Can she upset the 2 GB swimmers here? Freya Colbert still with that lead over Katie Shanahan. It's only 0.3 of a second, and here comes Katie Shanahan now. Maria Godden in 3rd place, but it is, look at this, stroke for stroke between the 2 big names in GB swimming. Katie Shanahan is going to be ahead but Freya Colbert on this occasion, and she is going to come home in front, I think, in her home pool. Katie Shanahan in lane number 3 is going to take the title here. Yep. She's going to be under the meet record. Yes, she is. 2:11.38 for Katie Shanahan. A new meet record. Freya Colbert in 2nd. Maria Godden in 3rd. Colbert also under the meet record, but a great last 50 there from Katie Shanahan, wasn't it?
That was strong swimming in the last 50.
So Katie Shanahan takes that one. There is the meet record mark against her name. 2:11:38 for her. Freya Colbert in second. That rivalry, I'm sure we'll see them against each other.
I'm looking forward to it already.
Maria Godden in third place. It was a strong swim from Maria Godden. If she looked like she was going to contend there coming up to the last turn, but Shanahan was really strong.
Katie broke her heart on that last 50 metres, I think.
Well, down to the men now for the 200 metres backstroke. And there's a lineup for this one. Kyle Mossman from City of Glasgow in 0. Jed Armitage from Highland in 1. Aaron Drake, Warrender in 2. Logan van der Meulen from Stirling in 3. Tom Armitage from Highland goes in 4. James Burnett back in the water again. We'll see him, the Warrender swimmer, in 5. Nikolai Sisnet, the youngster from City of Glasgow, he goes in lane 6. Callum McKenzie, another youngster, 14 years of age for him, in lane 7 per City. Gregor Ross for City of Glasgow in lane number 8, and Jamie Gilchrist, East Kilbride, in lane number 9. Nikolai Sisnet, winner at the Snags, the Scottish National Age Groups, just about, what are we on, just about a month or so ago.
Yep.
13 years of age, the man from City of Glasgow in lane number 6. You see him just there with the big Glasgow G on his cap towards the centre of the pool. Well, we're getting told that there's a reserve in the pool now.
Well, that's Andrew Smitten, who's the nearest to us.
So he goes in lane number 9. So the reserve gets a swim here. He's got a chance to cause an upset here in this junior final, but Tom Armitage was the fastest in, 2:20.00. That must be, you're trying to break a barrier and you swim 2:20.00.
You look at the clock and you think, no, I rather think that he'll be doing his very best not to have that situation in this final. So we'll keep an eye on lane 4. Tom Armitage there. Strong start. Not quite strong enough to see him out front. Out front, it's actually going to be lane 3, Logan van der Meulen. Sterling swimmer. You've seen before this evening already. Second place, James Burnett in lane 5, the Warrender swimmer. Nikolai so far has to be content with 4th place, youngest guy in the pool. And they're coming up to the halfway mark. Halfway mark sees Logan van der Meulen ahead of lane 5, James Burnett there in the red cap for Warrender. And between them, Tom Armitage, who swims for Highland.
We saw a good 200 IM from James Burnett, very strong in the closing stages here. Hopefully he's retained some energy for this 200 metres backstroke, and he is just about second place there. Logan van der Meulen off to a good start, and Tom Armitage in 3rd place, but James Burnett looking pretty strong there, the red cap in the middle of the pool. He might be just pulling up here and going ahead of this junior finals. They come to the final turn. Tom Armitage trying to come back, but James Burnett, I think Ivory's going to show us another good swim. We saw it in the 200 IM, strong at the end, and he's proving strong at the end of this 200 back.
He is indeed. Logan van der Meulen is coming back at him though. He's not out of it by any means. James Burnett knows what's going on as well. He's in contention. He's certainly going to get a podium place. He would rather like that to be gold rather than bronze, but I think he's left it too late now. Holding on there in lane 5, it's James Burnett from Warrender. I don't think Logan has quite enough in the tank to get him, though. He doesn't as they come under the flags the last couple of metres there. That's James Burnett just taking Logan van der Meulen in 2nd place ahead of Tom Armitage. So James takes that home in 2:16.28. 4 seconds quicker than his qualifying time.
Yeah, a few quicker there. 2:16.28, 2:17.44, 2:17.64, so well under the 2:20 mark for the top 3, and another good swim from James Burnett there. Really good stuff from the 16-year-old.
Yep.
And we go on to the B final now. There's Tom Robinson in lane number 0. University of Aberdeen performance. Greer van der Meulen You just saw his brother in that previous junior final. Greer van der Meulen goes in lane 1 for Stirling. Callum Peebles, East Lothian in 2. Robert Burgess, City of Glasgow in 3. Bryden Byrne from Swim Ireland, he goes in lane 4. Mads Moller from Denmark in 5. Jack Doherty Simpson from Scotia goes in 6. Cameron Doran, City of Glasgow in 7. Corey Phillip, youngest in this B final, 15 years of age, he goes in lane 8. And Jack Simpson from East Kilbride goes in lane number 9. Well, Bryden Byrne, I should say, goes in as fast as 2:08.32 for him.
Third in the Irish Championships earlier on this year was Bryden.
Well, can anyone challenge that time that he posted? Mads Moller might be one to do so. 2:09 in qualification. His entry time for these championships was 2:04, the Danish swimmer, so I'd expect him to be a little bit faster than he went in qualification. He goes in lane number 5. You can see that the bottom of the yellow marked lanes in the centre of the pool. So good start though in lane number 3, and that looks like Robert Burgess off to a good start on the off the wall there, but Mads Moller and the man next to him in the centre lane is the Irishman Bryden Byrne in that green cap. They look like they are going to lead them into the first turn.
Bryden straight into the lead there. The British Summer Championships, I believe he got a second. Run this year, so he's the only swimmer to break the 30-second mark at that 50-metre point. Cameron Doran in lane 7 for City of Glasgow turns second. I think he's fallen back now into 3rd place, because 2nd place does look very much like Mads Moller. Mads has turned 2nd, Cameron 3rd. Bryden still out front in 1st, and nearest to us, Jack Simpson right at the bottom of your screen there in 4th place for East Kilbride. So the centre lanes really dominating this final, this B final. Bryden Byrne, 16-year-old from Ireland, came in here on a 2:08.32. I think they'll be looking to beat that by a fair margin. Turning at the 150-metre mark, Bryden still out in front. Mads Moller, 2.5 behind him in the lane 5, and Robert Burgess above them in lane 3 in the blue cap, but he's well behind now. It's those two in the centre lane, Bryden Byrne holding on for Ireland there, Mads Moller keeping in contact for Denmark, but there's a body length in it now, and there's only 10 metres to go. Under the flags, Bryden Byrne, he's going to come in at 2:07.96, just under the 2:08 mark, just under his qualification time. Mads Moller bringing in at 2nd, 2:08.81. 3rd place, Robert Burgess there, the City of Glasgow swimmer in lane 3.
Yeah, so Bryden Byrne taking that one to 2:07.96 there, just slightly faster than he went in qualification. Good enough to hold on to that top spot in that B final. Mads Moller in 2nd place, so pretty much according to the seeds. As we go on to the A final, and our Irish representation in this one in the centre lanes, no less, because the two fastest swimmers in the qualification were from Ireland. But, difficult to tell from the qualification heat. Some people just easing their way into this final, this 200 backstroke. Here's Dean Fern, 15-year-old, again making his way into another final. Jamie Ferguson, University of Aberdeen performance, goes in lane number 8. Scott Gibson from Edinburgh University, experienced man Scott Gibson in lane number 7. Evan Jones will go for Stirling University in lane 6. Brandon Biss will come out. He was 2nd into this final. Here he goes, making his way over to lane number 5. John Short will come out the fastest from the heats in 2:01.35. Nicholas Castella from Denmark in lane number 3. Jordan McPhail from Edinburgh University will go in lane number 2. Charlie Brown, could he be a threat from lane number 1? He is the meet record holder, Charlie Brown, and Arion Zampras from Stars of Greece completing the lineup in lane number 0, right at the top of the picture there. So Charlie Brown went 2:06.73 in qualification. It was a quite easy qualification for him. He holds the meet record at 1:58.53, so just wonder if he's going to cause a threat for the swimmers in those middle lanes. John Short swam an excellent heat swim, 2:01.35, just outside his entry time. So the 2 Irish swimmers will be favourites for this one, but they will be mindful about the power of Charlie Brown there at the top in lane number 1. Watch out for Jordan McPhail as well in lane number 2, Edinburgh University swimmer. So lanes 1 and 2 will keep an eye on the 2 Irish swimmers in the middle lane, so keep an eye on those green hats, we won't miss them.
First to show, it's actually, again, closest to the camera. There in lane 7, that's Scott Gibson, the Edinburgh University swimmer, the dark cap. Cracking start there. It's a good body length, 1.5 meters, 2 meters ahead. The Irish swimmer's coming back at him quickly, but he's going to touch first. I think he does indeed. Scott Gibson there in lane 7. Second place, John Short, and Charlie Brown up there in lane 1, touches third, showing that perhaps there was a bit of sandbagging going on in the heats. You want to do enough, but you don't want to do too much. One of the Irish swimmers fallen away quickly there in lane 5. That's Brandon Biss in 9th place. I think he's out of contention now. Charlie Brown under the flags first at the halfway point and turns first. He's already got the best part of a second on John Short there in the centre in lane 4 from Ireland. Third to turn is actually Arion Zampras, lane above Charlie Brown, Greek swimmer.
Yeah, Brown going really well here with Zampras now, but here comes John Short coming back in the middle there.
He's not giving up, he's
goodness.
coming back at them. Aggression there, he's leaving the rest of them trailing his wake, and he is going to turn first. Now can Charlie Brown respond to that threat in the centre? Excellent turn there for John Short. But Charlie Brown has come back at him, 25 to go. John Short still holding on there.
Zampras not out of it yet in the outside lane. But it's going to be between the 2, I think. Who's this one going to go? This could be a very, very close finish there. I'm going to say it's close to the meet record, but outside this time. But 2:01.35 for John Short to take that one.
Charlie Brown hold on there.
2:02 for him. That was very close. In fact, exactly the same time as he went in qualification. Talk about consistency for John Short. He went 2:01.35 in the heats. He went 2:01.35 in that final. Charlie Brown in second, the meet record holder, second place today, and Arion Zampras from Stars of Greece. I thought for a second there, Ivor, he was going to come back and go ahead of both of them there in that final 50.
He looked strong, didn't he? He looked strong.
So we move to the other end of the pool now. It's the sprint events, the 50 freestyle events and the 50 breaststroke events to complete this first session of finals. And there is the junior finalists. We see Alice coming back in the water again. She's had a busy night. She's had a really busy day, Alice coming.
She has. She's getting her money's worth for the entry there.
Yeah. She goes in 0, Molly Irvin Watson in 1, Mia McLeod in 2, Anna Lawson in 3, Ashley Drake in 4, Layla Weatherspoon goes in lane number 5, Grace Noonan in 6, Madison Coole in 7, Millie Colvin in 8, Louise Connell, another final for her. She goes right down here in lane number 9. So Ashley Drake, fastest qualifier, 28.08. Layla Weatherspoon, in second place there, 28.25. So Ashley Drake had pretty much a 0.2 of a second advantage here over the rest of the field, and that's a pretty clear advantage in a 50. But the rest, pretty close indeed. So wonder where this one is going to go. Ashley Drake in the top of those two yellow marked lanes. Layla Witherspoon next to her in the bottom of the two yellow marked lanes. And well, it's going to be a very tight junior final, I think. One length of the pool, of course. The splash and dash, as they say.
Yep.
Layla Witherspoon in lane number 5. Ashley Drake in lane number 4. That red cap also going well. One lane up from her, Anna Lawson. And Alice Cumming had a very good start there, out there in lane number 0. But it's going to be almost a blanket finish here. It might be lane number 5. Layla Witherspoon into the wall. She stretches well, and she will take it. 27.78 for Layla Witherspoon. Great swim from her. And she will take that junior final under the 28-second mark.
Yeah, and so was Ashley Drake, hanging on there for second place. Anna Lawson comes in third. Next up, we're going into the B final.
There's a lineup for that B final. And in the centre lane, well, 2 in the centre lane, just split by 0.2 of a second. And just missed out on the A final by 1/100th there, Anna Morgan. But there's Abigail Stem, Edinburgh University in 0, Melissa Mainwaring, West Lothian in 1. Sophie Hirsch from Denmark in 2, Mary Mishenko from University of Aberdeen Performance in 3, Anna Morgan fastest in lane number 4 from Edinburgh University, Ailey Robertson from South Ayrshire in 5, Ava Jones, Swim Ireland in 6, Matilda Sandberg from Tavisen from Sweden in 7, Emma Scobie from Kirkintilloch in 8, and Lily Mundell from Hart Midlothian. Had a great heat swim, Lily Mundell. She was one that swam in the afternoon heats, and she propelled herself into that B final. 13-year-old, 27.98.
Youngest by 2 years in that final, giving away basically half the age of the swimmer next to her. Emma Scobie in lane 8, who's 26 from Kirkintilloch. Enough space for 2 careers.
So Mandel closest to us. Emma Scobie had a good swim in the heats as well, 27.85 for her. Anna Morgan just over the 27-second mark. Can she dip under that time? It's going to be another close final in prospect here.
Underway. Unsurfaced, and who was first to show? Well, on the far side in lane 2, that's Sophie Hirsch from Denmark. But, furthest from the camera, Abigail Stemp in lane 0 from Edinburgh University. We'll see how it looks when they come under the flags. We'll get a better idea in the last 5 metres. It's going to be lane 4. It's going to touch first, and lane 4 belongs to Anna Morgan, 27.32. Slower than the heat times, but a win is a win.
Yeah, it certainly was. And Lily Mundell in the outside lane there, finishing in 10th, but improving her time.
Indeed, she
Again,
did.
the youngster.
Sophie Hirsch from Denmark coming in second, 0.2 and 0.03 behind her. Mary Mishenko from University of Aberdeen Performance Squad. So to the A final, and nearest to us, that is going to be Vicky Russell from Stirling University. And then we have Shastine Tabor from Denmark in lane 8. Lane 7 is Yasmin Hammerlane, Edinburgh University. Silly Kirktep from Denmark in 6. In that centre 5 lane, that's Martine Damborg, teammate from Denmark. In lane 4, Evie Davis goes for Stirling University. In lane 3, Grace Davison, Swim Ireland, suspended in the green cap. Lane 2, Mehdi Harris goes for Swansea University. Lane 1, you're out to see, is Katie Goodburn swimming for Edinburgh University. And on the far side, that's Kira Sterica from South Ayrshire.
Well, Evie Davis, Commonwealth Games swimmer, of course, for the Scottish team, Stirling University. She'll be a favourite for this one, 26.20. GP swimmer, of course, Mehdi Harris in there. Already seen what Martine Damborg can do already today. And the Danish swimmers out in force in this one. 3 swimmers from Denmark take the start in this A final. Grace Davison as well, with that green cap of Ireland. You can't discount her, but Evie Davis will be the favourite in lane number 4. Martine Damborg in lane number 5, though, will be dangerous. And it is Evie Davis, I think, just with the edge over Damborg. Going well right at the top there was Kira Sterica and Katie Goodburn in the early stages in lane 0 and lane number 1. But it might well be Evie Davis in lane number 4 just powering through. But it's going to be very, very close indeed. 2 lanes up from Davis as well, Mehdi Harris. And it's Mehdi Harris who gets it by 1/100. Wow, Mehdi Harris, what a finish that was. I did think Davis had it, but what a great finish from Mehdi Harris to take it by 1/100th of a second. The Welsh swimmer takes that one in 26.21. Just 1/100th ahead of Evie Davis, with Katie Goodburn also right there in the mix in 26.44. But how close was that, Ivor? My goodness.
That was blink and you'll miss it stuff.
Well, what are the men got in prospect for us there? 1/100th of a second. Mehdi Harris takes it. And there is the junior final for the men. Adam Curry goes for South Ayrshire in 0. Finlay Nelson from Dumfries in lane 1. Alex Black from First Falkirk Integrated Swim Team. Finlay Tang from City of Glasgow in 3. In 4, Zach Slater from East Lothian. In 5, Logan van der Meulen from Stirling. 6 is Scott Fleming from East Kilbride. In 7, Cedar Gullen from Warrender. In 8, Corey Phillip from Dundee City Aquatic. And in 9, Callum Sinclair from West Lothian. Corey Phillip, the youngest in this one, 15 years of age.
Zach Slater, freshman win at the Scottish National Age Group Snags in Aberdeen earlier this year.
Wow. Zach Slater, probably the favourite for this one, with that fastest qualification time of 25.08, and he is one that will be tough to beat if he can repeat that one. Van der Meulen next to him. Scott Fleming back in the water again. Scott Fleming, Brideman in lane number 6, but it looks like lane number 4 is Zach Slater. I think maybe has the edge here. Finlay Sang going well in lane number 3. It might be between these two, Finlay Sang and Zach Slater. Zach Slater stretching away in the closing stages. That was a good finish there. It was head down stuff for Zach Slater. 25.11 at the end for Zach Slater to take that junior final. Finlay Sang in 2nd and Alex Black in 3rd, but not much in that. I think there was ties all the way down the field there, people tying for position, but it was really close. Zach Slater was really strong in the last 5, wasn't he?
He's showing his experience as well. I think he knows what he's doing. Held on for a strong finish there. So we're coming up to B final now, and we have furthest away from you in lane 0, that's Aidan Kay, City of Glasgow. Then coming towards us in lane 1, Ben Carr from Edinburgh University. In lane 2, Swala Talib goes for Stirling University. Ross Leslie, the Edinburgh University swimmer, one of 3 in there in lane 3. Lane 4 is Rory McKinnon, City of Glasgow. Lane 5, that's Nicholas Castella, Danish swimmer. Leo Gurelius goes for Tabby Swim, Swedish swimmer in lane 6. Lane 7, that's Luke Shaw from Edinburgh University. Lane 8, Callum Peebles goes for East Lothian, and nearest to us, that's Connor Fitzgerald from Swim Ireland. So Rory McKinnon there would be, well, certainly my favourite. We're about to find out if I'm anywhere close to being on the money.
Yeah, it's going to be close, that's for sure. Not much separating, what, 0.1 of a second separating the top three here? Could be tight one.
50 metre free is always going to be close, and it's all the better for it. If you like your action quick, here's the place to be. And as we come up already to the halfway point, it's Rory McKinnon in lane 4, just showing a nose ahead of the rest of the field. Churning water there on his left-hand side, just above him. Ross Leslie for Edinburgh University, challenging all the way to the line. Rory McKinnon just holds on there. 300s, Ross Leslie second. Nicholas Costella has to be content for Denmark in third place. 24.26 for him.
Well, you called it for Rory McKinnon. 3/100ths of a second. Oh, it's never in doubt.
Another £5 up, I feel.
Never in doubt. Oh.
I won't be doing any more predictions this evening.
Well, a final on their way. Again, a big Edinburgh University presence here. Ireland have got a couple of swimmers. Stirling University as well. Denmark with 3 swimmers. They will be dangerous. Lane number 9, first of the Danes. Magnus Stolberg going there in this outside lane, closest to us. Charlie Poole from Stirling University. He'll go in lane number 8. Lane number 7, Evan Bailey, first of the Irish swimmers. Shall see. Not sure if the swimmers can hear what's happening there. They don't seem to be marching on to their positions here. Casper Pugard, after that sensational butterfly swim, he goes in 6. Adam Ritchie from Stirling University will go in lane 5. David Cumberledge, a meet record in the qualification heats, 23.83. He goes in lane number 4, the Commonwealth Games medalist for the English team back in the Gold Coast in 2018. Thomas Carswell, the Welsh Commonwealth Games swimmer, he goes in lane 3. Bruno Kempster from Edinburgh Uni in lane number 2. On Øystein Tavite from Swim Ireland in 1, and Robert Pedersen from Denmark completing the lineup in lane number 0. So Cumberledge, you would think, would be the man to beat, but Carswell has been faster than Cumberledge. He had a faster entry time to this meet. Wasn't as fast as Cumberledge was in the qualification heats, but can Thomas Carswell in lane number 3 challenge David Cumberledge, the new meet record holder, in lane 4? Can anyone else get close to that one? Casper Pugard in lane number 6 might also pose a threat, but that great start there in lane number 4 from David Cumberledge, up and into his stroke now. Thomas Carswell chasing him in lane 3. Might be the big 2 here as they approach the wall. It looks like Cumberledge has the edge over Carswell. The 2 from Edinburgh University is going to be Cumberledge into the wall. 22.65, and that is another meet record for David Cumberledge. A further 18/100ths of a second off the mark that he set this morning. Great stuff from David Cumberledge, holding off the challenge of Carswell. We pushed him all the way, and Kempster it is, making it an Edinburgh Uni 1-2-3.
That was a powerful swim by David Cumberledge over the 50 metres there. It's one of the best performances we've seen tonight. Domination from beginning to end there, from blocks to ball.
And it's a sensational time, wasn't it? 22.65.
Absolutely fantastic time. So we've seen a couple of records this evening.
Yeah, we're not doing bad at all. Not a bad hit rate. If we can continue that throughout the next 2 days of competition, that will be good, because unbelievably we're on to the last couple of events of the night. 50 breaststrokes.
The 50 breaststrokes now. We're going to kick off with the junior final for the women. And we will have furthest from you, lane 0, May Rogers from Warrender. Lane 1, Perry Scobie goes for Stirling. Lane 2, that's Aileen McNair from Mulgai and Bearsden. 2 swimmers then from Best, that's Bronwyn Payne in 3 and Amy Owenson in 4. Swim Island have Niamh Connery in lane 5. Lane 6, that's Lucy Nemo from City of Glasgow. Eva Robertson goes in lane 7 for Highland. In lane 8, that's Alana Wilson for Bells Hill. And Leonie Bedborough goes for Incas, nearest to us in lane 9.
Our junior final here, again, a couple of 14-year-olds in this one. That's Eva Robertson in lane 7 and Leonie Bedborough from Incas closest to us in lane number 9. So to see them progressing into this final. Eva Robertson had a great heat swim, 35.90 for the young swimmer from Highland in 7.
So she can replicate that because they're in the water and underway. Surfacing not quite in a straight line. The two centre swimmers have a slight advantage there. That's Amy Owenson from Best and Niamh Connery nearer to us from Swim Island in the green cap. And it's Niamh Connery in the green cap from Swim Island in lane 5. Looks like she's going to continue the advantage, but she's falling away now as they come under the flags. It's Amy Owenson. Looks like she's going to take the touch. And she doesn't, because Perry Scobie crept up in lane 1 and took the title. Amy Owenson has to be content with 2nd. And Ireland's Niamh Connery in 3rd.
Well done, Perry Scobie there.
2 100s, so I can be forgiven for missing that one.
She looked good in that outside lane, well, almost outside lane number 1. She just sneaked up in the second half. I think all the attention was on Niamh Connery, but she couldn't quite keep up that early pace, could she?
No, it was a blistering pace over the first 20 or so.
That used to be my trademark when I swam a 50. Blistering pace.
If
they did on a 40 metres event, I would have been good at that, I think.
You leave your very shadow and soul behind you over that first 40 metres.
Oh, there's the lineup for the B final. Caroline Kjellstrup from Denmark in 0. Ellie Kennedy from City of Glasgow in 1. Silly Kjellketert from Denmark in lane number 2. Alwyn Cook from Edinburgh University in 3. Ava Jones, Swim Ireland in 4. Amy McLeod for City of Glasgow in 5. Kira Davidson, City of Glasgow in 6. Vicky Russell back in the water again. The Stirling swimmer in 7. Emily McGee in 8. And Zara Smith in lane number 9. Carnoustie swimmer Emily McGee in 8. And Warrender Zara Smith, one of the youngest in this field. She goes in lane number 9. Again, a quick turnaround for some of these swimmers. Vicky Russell, we just saw her just a short time ago in the 50 freestyles. Back in the 50 breaststroke now. Nicely warmed up. Yeah. She goes in 7. So what can she do here? Swim Ireland again, a big presence here. The 15-year-old with the green cap is Ava Jones in lane number 4, 33.91. There was 3 in the 33.90 range though. And that was Alwyn Cook in 3 and Amy McLeod joining the Irish swimmer. But it looks like Ava Jones might have this one, the 15-year-old. It's looking very, very good at the front of the field. Alwyn Cook coming back, the Edinburgh University swimmer now. But it is going to go to Ava Jones, I think, into the wall in 33.05. Massive improvement there on the heat swim. 33.9, she's dropped that to 33.0.
She'll be delighted with that, I would imagine.
Well, just looking at the entry time, 32.94, so that's more like it for Ava Jones. She will be pleased to get close to that entry time. Alwyn Cook in 2nd position, and it was Silly Kjellketert in 3rd place.
A win is a win.
Yeah, Ava Jones taking it. Move on to the A final. This one should be an absolute cracker.
Indeed it should. So in lane 9, nearest to us again, that's Jasmine Smith from Edinburgh University. Anna Morgan, also Edinburgh University, is in lane 8. In 7, that's Ida Krak from Denmark. And her teammate, Shastine Tabor, goes in 6. Centre 2 lanes, that's Mona McSharry from Marlins, nearest to us. And Cara Hamlin from Edinburgh University, furthest from us, 26-year-old there. Lane 3, that's Katie Goodburn from Edinburgh University, and another Edinburgh University swimmer in lane 2, Katie Robertson. In lane 1, that's Anna Fulsang from Denmark. At the top of your screen there, lane 0, that's Liddy Booker from Loughborough.
Cara Hanlon's had a great last year or so. Scottish record holder, 30.50. She set that when she won the British Championships in this event.
Has she got it to get a nose in front of Mona McSharry?
Well, that's going to be tough.
Mona would be your favourite, I think, coming into this.
Cara Hanlon equalled the meet record in the heats at 31.33. But can she take the win in this one? Oh, Cara Hanlon in at lane number 4. Mona McSharry in lane number 5. McSharry with slightly the better start. Katie Goodburn off to a good start as well in lane number 3. It looks like it is going to be these three. Katie Robertson not far away in lane number 2 here, but Cara Hanlon on her way to the World Championships this year is now going ahead of Mona McSharry in lane number 5. Cara Hanlon, to be a good win for her to get ahead of McSharry, and she takes it 31.03, and that is a meet record again for Cara Hanlon. She equalled the meet record this morning, and she has bettered it tonight, 31.03. Well done, Cara Hanlon. What form she is showing over the last year or so. Great stuff for her.
3/10 again off her own meet record. They're falling tonight. The recovery from COVID is finally complete now.
Yeah, some great times there that we've seen tonight, and that's another meet record has fallen. Cara Hanlon, and that's a big scalp for Cara Hanlon there. Mona McSharry was the favourite coming in, and she is in second place. But Cara Hanlon looks strong in the closing stages of that one. Katie Goodburn also with a good start under the 32-second mark, so great swim from her. And here is the junior final of the men's. It's our final event of the evening.
So the junior final, I'll go from the top to the bottom. Lane 0, that's Lachlan Small from Stirling. Next to him in lane 1, that's Marcus Blake, City of Glasgow. Rory Webster in 2 from Dumfries. Lane 3, Callum Etchison from Bucky. Lane 4, Royas Cringellis from City of Glasgow. Taby Swim have Eric Risland in lane 5. Ewan Weir goes for Dundee City Aquatics in 6. In lane 7, that's Dylan McCombie from South Aberdeenshire. In lane 8, Johnny Martin from Perth City. And rounding it all out, nearest to us in lane 9, that's Corey Phillip from Dundee City Aquatics.
Cringellis 30.47 qualify for this one. Can he dip under the 30 mark? That'd be good to see. So Cringellis there in lane number 4, just heading them as they get into their strokes, but Eric Risland, as they got into the stroke there, Cringellis had a little bit of an advantage, but here comes Eric Risland now in lane number 5, the Swedish swimmer, the 17-year-old, just about heading Cringellis here. City of Glasgow, the home swimmer. It's all going to come down to the touch into the wall. Who's got the best finish? Oh, Risland gets it. A tenth of a second, and they're both under the 31-second mark.
Fantastic swimming again. Royals will be disappointed, but that's a strong swim from both. Callum Aitchison in 3rd place there from Bucky. Not often we get a mention from Bucky, but podium place for the junior swimmer. So we're now on to the B final. And this time in lane 0, it's Joshua Mitchell from Edinburgh University. Liam O'Connor next in lane 1 from Swim Island. Taby Swim have in lane 2 Nicholas Nyblom. In lane 3 Don Bissett goes for Stirling University. Another 2 Stirling University swimmers in 4 and 5. In the yellow lanes, that's Andrew Arthur in 4, Harper Whitehead in 5. Yusuf Betu goes in lane 6 for City of Glasgow. In lane 7, Aidan Fothergill for Edinburgh University. Lane 8, William Ellington, Stirling University, 4th swimmer for them. And in for Warrender in lane 9, nearest to us, that is Connor Mitchell. So Stirling University, strong showing here in this B final. Occupying the centre lanes, lane 3 and lane 8.
We saw a good improvement in the times for the junior final. Wonder what we're going to see in this B final. Quite an experienced lineup, only one junior in this one, that's Connor Mitchell, and closest to us with that red cap of Warrender.
An experienced junior at that. So, who's first to surface? Where are they surfacing? Okay. The Irish swimmer Liam O'Connor there in lane 1. Ready to show as they come through. He's holding on to that slight lead. Next to him in lane 3, Nicholas Nyborn from Taby Swim, Swedish swimmer. And right at the top there, Joshua Mitchell from Edinburgh University. But it looks to me like Liam O'Connor is going to touch first, and he does, sub 30. That's a 29.35. Second goes to Andrew Arthur, and third Don Bissett, the 2 Stirling University swimmers. But Liam O'Connor showed them a clean pair of heels there.
Yeah, great swim again from the Irish swimmers. They've been on good form tonight, and they are very helpfully wearing bright green caps for us
Bright
here
green
in
is
the
to be
commentary
recommended.
position.
Indeed it is. They've sent a strong squad, no doubt about it.
So the final swimming action of the night, Josh Press goes in lane number 9 for Stirling University. Owen Corby, another one of the Irish swimmers, he will go in lane number 8. Rafe Dobson, Stirling University in 7. Alex Meyer from Stirling University in 6. Jonas Gower from Denmark will go in lane number 5. Archie Goodburn, be one of the favourites for this one. He goes in lane number 4 next to James Wilby, 30-year-old now from Loughborough Performance Centre. He goes in lane 3. Rory Dixon will go in 2, and Sean Cook will go in lane number 1, and Sam Pease in lane 0. You can see him in the picture now. Well, Archie Goodburn and James Wilby, first and second position in the British Championships, and Archie Goodburn really dominated that 50 metres breaststroke in front of his more experienced teammate James Wilby. Major championship winner, of course, Commonwealth Games champion twice over in the breaststroke events, 200 breaststroke and in the 100 breaststroke as well. He's been a real star of the GB team alongside Adam Peaty in the last kind of decade or so. James Wilby, he will go in 3. Archie Goodburn will go in 4. They will be side by side, the 2 GB swimmers. Jonas Gower, can he spring a surprise as well? Jonas Gower from Denmark, but James Wilby going really well in lane number 3. Meet record held by Ross Murdoch. Can that be challenged by Wilby? Wilby is going to be in front of Archie Goodburn here. Wilby in with 27.59. It is a new meet record for James Wilby. In second place it's Archie Goodburn, 28.20. But we finished the night with a meet record 27.59, and a great swim from James Wilby. I think that probably is fastest he's gone all year.
That's a stunning swim. I'd like to see the slow motion replay of that one. Dominated from the start, Archie Goodburn, and Jonas Gower kept him honest in the pool, but 27.59, Ross Murdoch's record gone. I think that stood for quite a while.
Yeah, Ross Murdoch, of course, was on the GB teams in the past, of course, with the likes of Adam Peaty and with James Wilby fighting for those positions in the GB teams. And to see Ross Murdoch, if Ross Murdoch is holding this meet record, it's got to be a good one.
It has
Definitely.
to be a good one. It's a mark of quality, I feel.
So a meet record to finish us off, Ivor. It's been a quick fire evening, I feel, but not got much chance to do anything else.
No,
but talk about the swimming. These finals come thick and fast, don't they?
Is that 3 meet records?
Yeah, well, 4 I think tonight. I made it 4 meet records, so a great way to start the proceedings here, the first final session of this Glasgow International. Thank you very much for joining Ivor Campbell and myself, Paul Noble, on the live stream. The live stream will start tomorrow morning for the heats at 9:05. That's when the swimming starts. Please join us at 9 a.m. in the morning on the live stream. And if you are watching on the BBC platforms, we'll be back again for day 2 finals at 5 o'clock UK time tomorrow. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you very much, Ivor.
Thank you, Paul. Been a great evening. I'm looking forward to the next one.
We will see you tomorrow. Don't miss it. It's going to be fast.